thank you. I heard the commotion upstairs. That woman! She's not dead?
Rajani is beaten, but she isn't dead.
Well, we shall soon remedy that. How dare she march an army into Ravensrill and murder good sons of the Legion? I'll see her hang!
You're Lazar Basili? The boyar of the town?
Boyar is an old and stuffy title. Lazar is fine, especially among friends.
You're the only prisoner? Rajani didn't lock anyone else down here?
With Laskanzi walking the streets? No need. My people fear the Witchmen. They're the villains of every bedtime story. And most of those stories are true.
We should get back upstairs.
Quite right. Before Rajani wakes.
The town is ours. They're fleeing into the woods in total disarray.
You hear that, woman? Anything to say for yourself?
I'm sorry for any harm that's come to Ravensrill. My battle was with the Legion.
Before we fought, you said that you knew me.
You look like someone I knew. You speak with her voice. But that woman is dead and gone.
If I resemble this woman, then tell me who she was.
No. You share her likeness, but that could be a trick. Perhaps you're a false prophet, meant to lead me astray. If you fight for the Legion, then you're an enemy. Nothing more.
The Legion's done nothing to you.
My lady has told me of the Legion's crimes. She defeated you once, and she'll defeat you again.
Jane Cassinda, the old enemy. 30 years on and she's still hunting the Legion.
And why should she not? You're traitors, kingslayers, murderers.
Kingslayers? Murderers? What does she mean?
Lies. Stories that the old king was murdered by the Legion. That's how Jane Cassinda turned the people against us. She claimed that the Legion betrayed its oath, tried to seize power for itself.
They're not lies. My lady spoke the truth. But believe what you want.
How can we be a threat to you? We don't even know who you are.
She's an Archon. Straight out of the old stories. Begging your pardon, but you have the look of an Archon yourself.
What do these stories say about Archons?
They were divine messengers, heralds of the old creator gods. You see their pictures in books. Statues of them are supposed to bring luck.
We have to decide what to do with her. Suggestions?
She attacked a defenseless town, murdered your friends at the estate. Why are we discussing this? Kill her and let justice be done.
Wait. Listen to her words. She's misguided, confused. She fears us. Killing her wouldn't be justice.
It pains me to say this, truly. But I agree. I suppose I wanted vengeance, but I didn't imagine it like this.
She's yielded. What if we set her free? Show Jane Cassinda that the Legion still has honor.
Tell Jane that the Legion remembers what she did. She will answer for every life she took.
You're mad to let me go. But I'll bring your words to my lady, exactly as you spoke them.
I agree with the armored wench. You are mad, both of you, stark and raving.
No. We planted a seed. Now we wait and see how it grows.
If nothing else, this will certainly confuse Jane Cassinda. And that's worth something.
Come. We should return to the chapter house and decide our next move. unless you still have business here.
I'm ready. Our business here is done.
Against the might of the 10th Legion, even the Archon Rajani could not stand. Jane Cassinder's lieutenant was vanquished, her mercenaries' hold on the Rukenval broken. In times past, the Legion's judgment was merciful and fair, and you chose to spare her life. Who can say how an unexpected mercy might change an enemy's heart? As the folk of the Rill said about rebuilding, we prepared for our next move. Our old enemy was stronger than she had ever been, and she still plotted our demise. The Rukenval chapter house would not be our sanctuary, but a staging ground for what was to come. Martin tells me that Jane Cassinder was behind this. She acted fast. That means she's afraid.
Rajani was full of lies about the Legion. We set her free as a sign of goodwill. If we can make Jane see that she's wrong.
You're an idealist, Martin. Don't assume our enemies have honor. Least of all, Jane Cassinder.
Why is Jane Cassinder so determined to kill us?
The woman's a mystery. Always has been. As far as we know, she was raised by the Azanite Church. An orphan, maybe. Or a rich man's bastard daughter. Must have been 18, 19 years old when the king died. She paraded through the streets of Bisselberg, claimed he'd been murdered by the Legion.
Was there any truth in what she said?
No. My father would never have died for the Legion if he'd believed Jane's lies.
Some legionnaires did believe. Bohemond of St. Ellis, Garin Marcel, prominent men. They renounced the Legion, stood by while the rest of us were hunted and killed.
Our numbers are too few. Can we find more men and women of Legion blood?
There's got to be others. They could still be in hiding.
Might be a few left. Not enough to build an army. But if we spread the word that the Legion has returned, we can rally Jane's enemies against her. We should start by reclaiming the Grand Chapter House, the old Legion headquarters in Stonebridge.
Have you heard any news from Stonebridge?
If I had to guess, more smokestacks, more spinning machines, more metal men clanking through the streets.
So the Stonebridge chapter house is different than the others?
It's bigger, grander. They built it during our golden age after the heroes destroyed the Sec. We claim that chapter house, hang our banners out front, people will hear that the Legion's returned.
Are you sure the chapter house wasn't destroyed?
By the people of Stonebridge? No, they never would. It's their mark of shame. Reminds them how they betrayed the Legion, and they don't dare forget.
How do we get to Stonebridge, then?
Stonebridge lies to the south and west, on the far side of the swamp. Lazar's people have repaired the bridge, so the road should be open again.
Martin and I will stay here for now. Help the locals rebuild.
We owe them. They've endured a great deal for our sake.
We have a causeway gate here. Surely there must be another in Stonebridge.
There is, but it's shut. Montbaron ordered most of them closed to stop Jane Cassinder from using them against us. A causeway gate can only be opened from the outside, and only by a privileged few.
Why send me? We could all go together.
The Radiant Youth chose you for a reason. You're meant to lead us, not Martin, not me.
All right. I'll head south for Stonebridge.
Jane Cassinder controls most of the land between here and Stonebridge. Her soldiers wear the raiment of the Azunite Church. Avoid them if you can.
Once you're inside the chapter house, look for the causeway gate. Open it, and you can bring the rest of us through.
You're the vanguard of the Legion. All our hopes go with you.
Off to Stonebridge, I hear? Before you depart, I have something I would discuss with you if you're willing. The Lascanzi occupation depleted the town's stores. If we cannot replenish them soon, Raven's Rill may not survive the winter. I know the Legion has done a great deal for us already, but I fear I must ask your help again.
I take it you have a plan?
Indeed. Raven's Rill sees few travelers these days, but I believe the Hero's Crypt could draw pilgrims from across Ebb as it once did. With pilgrims would come merchants, and the town could fill its larders before the winter.
Tell me about this Hero's Crypt.
The Hero's Crypt is where the heroes of the Sect Resurgence were interred. It was considered a holy site, and pilgrims flocked to it. After the crypt was sealed, the pilgrims stopped coming. I believe that if we open it again, we can bring prosperity back to Raven's Rill.
Why would a holy site be sealed in the first place?
I'm not entirely sure. It happened just before the fall of the Legion.
Why do you need the Legion's help?
The doors of the monument are sealed by Legion magic. They are impervious to any form of counter-magic or physical destruction. They can only be opened by the signet rings of the Legion families who commissioned its construction, the Montbarons and the Gundricks. I understand you found both signet rings already. The crypt should open for you now.
I'll do what I can.
Excellent. Look for the two large statues outside the monument. I'll fetch Grigori. We'll need a scribe to document this historic event.
Heads up! One more down.
Oh, forgive me. You startled me a bit. I'm afraid I was wrapped up in my studies of this magnificent edifice.
Tell me about yourself. What brings you out here?
I'm a scholar with the Stonebridge Society of Antiquaries. My particular specialization is early Goblin Renaissance architecture. This structure is a truly remarkable example. Note the intricate cornice work and the marvelously subtle geometries of the roof.
Can you tell me anything about this building?
Why, this is the Hero's Crypt. Inside lie the champions who defeated the Sec 150 years ago. I've been studying its history for years. Sadly, I've never been able to do more than observe the exterior.
Tell me about the crypt's history.
The tomb was originally constructed for the First Lady Montbaron, remembered in popular folklore as the Farmer. Sometimes I forget that my family was throwing itself into harm's way, even before my father came along. A Montbaron, are you? Now that you mention it, I see the resemblance. You have the Farmer's graceful bone structure. Please, the less said about my bone structure, the better. As more of the heroes who defeated the sect passed on, they were interred here as well. The crypt became a site of pilgrimage for many. Visitors have reported all sorts of miracles. Good fortune, sicknesses healed, that sort of thing. But no one's been inside for 30 years.
I found a way into the crypt. I'm going to open the doors.
You did? You have? That's unbelievable! How did you do it? Where did you find it? Oh, never mind. That's not important right now. Could I go in with you? I've studied the exterior for so long. I'd like to get a look at some of the artifacts inside.
You can come along, but be careful. And stay close to me.
Wonderful! Let's get the doors open then. Oh my. That was quite something. On second thought, perhaps you could go into the crypt yourself and return with some relics for me.
I'll see what I can find. What are you looking for?
Good. Yes, good. Much safer for all of us. I'd likely get you killed tagging along, and this way you won't get me killed either. I'm looking for 3 relics in particular. The Skull of Noric, the Staff of Merrick, and the Sword of Bollingar. If you find any of them, I will of course reward you handsomely. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must bring the good news to Lazar.
I hear something new in my halls. The sound of breath, the quiet footfalls of frightened flesh.
My, that's a welcoming voice.